Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I want to talk about silver coins versus silver bars. What is the best? Go through some of the pros and cons of both, of what I can see, and just go through what are my preferences and what am I looking to do in the future. So we'll go through a bit of analysis of both of them, where the pros and cons are. I'd love you to chuck in the comments below what you also think and what your preferences are, and what are some of your favorite bars or coins. So as you can see here on the table, I have a good mix of both. I am a bit of a fan of anything silver, regardless of it being a bar or a coin, but there's definitely some benefits to both. So I want to go through, first of all, when it comes to selling. So that's one of the key things. When you get into buying gold and silver, you always got to look at your exit strategy. How are you going to sell the gold and silver in the future? And I think definitely from a selling point of view, the silver coins definitely are a lot easier to sell. They're a lot more recognizable, and people know when you buy these coins, especially the government minted ones that have a face value, that are minted by a government, that you are able to sell these at a lot easier way. So people are more willing to pay for it, and people recognize it. So when times get tough and you need to sell some of these coins, you'll find it being a lot easier to move them on in the future. Where with some of the bars, you do find them a little harder to sell. So there's a lot less collectors out there, a lot less people looking to buy a bar itself. So people are more buying bars just for their pure weight, and they don't have that collector premium. So we saw, especially with American Eagles over the last few years, the premium above the silver was skyrocketing. Now, they're high minted, like there's almost billions of silver eagles out there, but people are still happy to pay a higher premium just to get a silver eagle because they're so recognizable and people trust having those. Where, you know, a Scottsdale mint or any other kind of, you know, this is American bar in and as itself, but still won't hold that high premium as the silver coins do. So for me, definitely silver coins, when it comes to that sellability and that premium, that value that you can get above the actual silver weight, is something that is definitely worthwhile. But there's also some very collectible bars. So for me, one of my favorites is definitely the Germanium Mint bars. Absolutely love these. They're very cool bars, and I think they're going to become quite collectible. But we've also seen Johnson Matthews, which used to be a Saki back in the day. So here I've got a Saki bar just here. So they used to be Johnson Matthews. Some of those older bars are definitely a lot more collectible, so people are happy to pay the premium. And Engelhard bars as well, so there's something that I'm looking to get as part of my collection in the future. Also Perth Mint, some of the older Perth Mint bars are pretty cool to collect. So you can get some high premiums on the bars if you know which ones to get, but it's more some of the old classic ones that people are looking for, not the modern day ones. People are liking to look for those. Also sometimes the handmade ones like this one here, made by Backyard Bullion. They definitely will hold a high premium because of their collectability, because it was made by someone in the silver community that is quite renowned and famous. Also, these coins here have a face value. So as you can see here, some of these have a couple of euros. This is 1.5 euros. The Australian coin is $1. I think $5 for the Canadian maple. So they do hold a face value, which, you know, I know currently with the silver value doesn't hold any much value, but in the future it may be something that people look at, that at least is governmented. You can get some bars that do hold a government value as well. So this one's from the Perth Mint, very collectible dragon, and these have a face value of $1. So it's technically a coin, not a bar, even though it's shaped as a bar, but still pretty cool. Definitely these are quite collectible, getting these bars. So looking forward to seeing the 2024 version, especially being the year of the dragon, but definitely love those bars. So for me, I do like having coins over bars, and you can see definitely the lunar ones are more collectible. Also going to sizes. So sizes, predominantly with coins, you get your 1 ounces. As you can see, I've also got a lot of 1 ounce bars as well, but normally less variety when it comes to sizes. So you normally got your 1 ounce, and then you go into your 10 ounces, and then you go to kilos, and there's not many different sizes when it comes to bar stacking. Often 100 grams is something that people like as well as a bit of a collecting. But this is a 10 ouncer. This one's 100 grams. So you do get a couple of different varieties, but not as many. Whereas in silver coins, you can get anything from these tiny little ones here. These are like 10 ounce coins. This is the Buffalo, American Buffalo. 1 ounce is obviously the most preferred, and then you got here a half ounce, a 1 ounce. You've got off memory, this is a 2 ounce one. Yep. A 5 ounce, and then you got a kilo. So you got a much bigger variety. So I do like having a kilo coin, but you can also, kilo bars are pretty cool and neat to hold. But for me, you can get good variety in sizes in coins just as much as bar, if not better, when it comes to coins, which is definitely something that's good depending on the site and the weight and things that you're looking to move on. So for me, I prefer that, but you can get these little tiny little bars. But the cost to get these little tiny bars, this is a 5 grammer, is absolutely astronomical for the silver value. So they definitely don't hold the value. And you can also get some of these ones. These are 1 gram bars, so they're absolutely tiny 1 gram bars. But again, the premium to get these tiny little bars is definitely doesn't add as much value compared to some of the other coins, the smaller fractional coins. So you can get more value for those. We also saw in the 2018 financial crisis that the value of the government minted coins went up a heck of a lot more than the bars. So when times get tough, people are looking and more comfortable with buying the government minted ones. They're more trusted, and definitely people are looking to get that, where yes, they are closer to premium. But when it comes to selling it, when it is those hard times, you're not going to get that money in return where you will on the silver coin. So unless it's a collectible one, you're definitely going to find that you won't get as much return on it. But there is something about holding a bar. So for me, holding something like this, a 10 ouncer, holding it in your hand, just feeling that weight, I'm definitely looking to get a kilo one at some point soon. And holding these, they look small, but when you get them in the hand and feel that weight, there's something about having a bar itself. I do like having bars, and I definitely think I'll be getting some more in the future. It's just something that feels great about it. I personally prefer a 10 ouncer. They feel good, and there's just something really kind of unique about it. I also definitely want to get more 10 ounces in the future. Definitely something from the Germanium Mint is definitely what I'm looking for, and also the Perth Mint. I think some of those ones are pretty cool and very collectible. Also think Germanium Mint. So I've got this one here. This is a 1 kilo copper, but I just love the way they pop out. So definitely getting a 10 ounce and a 1 kilo in silver eventually will be something that I really want to collect. I think the Germanium Mint bars are going to be really collectible, and I just love the look at it. Having something big like this in your hand, if it's in silver, is going to be absolutely cool to own. So, and they're all individually numbered, which is something that I really like when they get these kind of things. So I'd love it in the comments below what kind of size you like when it comes to bars or coins. But that's definitely something to look out for, and something that I like. And also, you notice the 10 ounce coins are quite collectible. That's something that I'm looking to get this year as well. Definitely the Kookaburra. But you see some of the old lunar coins that used to be in 10 ounce were extremely collectible. Unfortunately, at the time, they weren't as collectible, but now, back in the past, people are really looking to collect their silver 10 ounce coins. So I'll be looking to adding some of those as part of my collection. So now I thought I'd go through the price of getting one coin, which is the kangaroo, versus the Perth Mint's bar. So these are both new, so 2024, both the same, from the same manufacturer. So it's actually cheaper to get a brand new coin than it is a bar that's not a coin. So that's something to bear in mind. So often people say get bars because they're cheaper and closer to premium, and you can get a cheaper rate for it. Where this right now, in bullion now, was $50.09, and the bar was $50.62. So 50 cents more expensive to get a bar that doesn't have the value of it. It's just a 1 ounce of silver, where this kangaroo, obviously minted a lot higher, does have the $1 denomination, is cheaper to get, and will definitely be more easy to sell in the future. More people are going to look to collect them and buy them in the future, where this is never going to have any premium on it. You can get these quite easily, and they're definitely not as collectible. With this one, potentially the first king, it's got the P125. You never know, this might become something that people look for in the future. So I thought I'd just chuck that out there with a bit of cost of getting them right now, what the difference is. So even though they're potentially cheaper, some of these do cost a bit more to get. Another one is like these Asaki ones, is another one that you can look at. So you got the bar and the coin, both Year of the Dragon, both pretty cool. As you can see, both very similar designs from Asaki. I definitely like them both. I think the bar is kind of neat, to be honest. I do like the bar personally from a preference and look point of view. The shine and the look that gives absolutely pops out. But from a value point of view, they're pretty much the same. And from a collector point of view, they're pretty much the same as well. So I'd love to know what you think of that. So please let me know what you think is the coolest one to collect. What do you like? I mean, some of these ones here with the Una and the Lion, these ones here from the Royal Mint with the King emblems on there, is definitely awesome to have as part of a collection as well. And some of these Scottsdale Mint ones are absolutely cool to collect. So there are some very cool collectible bars, but compared to the coins, it's just few and far between compared to the coins. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. So I'd love it if you give us a thumbs up. If you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, just to hopefully you learn and get some key information out of this video. And also make sure you are subscribed if you're not already subscribed. It really helps the channel and it lets me know that people are enjoying the content that I'm creating. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll join you in my next video. Dan.